Hi everyone, I'm Sandy and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting my channel, I'm Sandy. I talk a lot about a lot of different kinds of books, but my main focus is reading books off of that monster book, the 1001 Books You Must Read Before You Die list. But I really like all kinds of different books, and I have been recently working in more of my love of the outdoors as well. So hope you consider giving me a subscribe and sticking around, and thank you for stopping by today and checking out my channel. Normally on Saturdays I do an official 1001 book countdown talking about the books off of this monster list, and kind of just working my way through that. But spoiler, I didn't finish a book off of the list this week. Yeah, it just was one of those weeks, and the books that I've been working on have all been really big books, and it just didn't happen that I have one that I can do a countdown of. So what I thought I would do instead today is just a weekly reads for you, talk about where I am at on those books, the books that I am absolutely avoiding and procrastinating picking up, and also a couple of books that I actually did finish this week. So, but neither one of them were on the 1001 book countdown. So what have I been working on the countdown? I am still working on Moby Dick by Herman Melville. You can see though, I have my bookmark has moved from last week. I am still really enjoying this. I have hit my second whale chapter, second or third, in which Herman Melville goes on and on about all animals who are white, because of course Moby Dick, the whale, is white. I have been introduced now to Captain Ahab, and he's a character. I love those parts of this. I love him as a character. He has one leg because Moby Dick ate his leg, and so I'm really enjoying this quite a bit more than I expected. It has quite the reputation of people either loving this book or hating this book. I don't know where I'm gonna fall yet, but I really am enjoying the non-whale chapters. But that is my primary book off of the 1001 book countdown that I have actually been reading. The two books that I have been avoiding, procrastinating, delaying for whatever reason have been off of the 1001 book countdown. It is The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann. I just didn't want to have two massive books started at the same time. I mean, I read War and Peace in March. I read War and Peace in March, and there's something about just having two going at the same time, and Moby Dick was winning, keeping my interest over The Magic Mountain. So I feel bad because there is a great reading group going through The Magic Mountain right now, and I haven't been able to participate in that conversation at all. Part of my brain thinks I can still catch up, and then the realistic part of me goes, you're not going to catch up. But The Magic Mountain is the one that the bookmark has not moved in a week. I know. I don't know why it's not pulling me in, because the first chapter I actually really enjoyed quite a bit, and the feedback in the voxer group has been phenomenal, and people have really had trouble putting it down, and I'm struggling to pick it up. Pick it up. Sorry. This is for the next book is for the Up to No Good Book Club, which we have had some new members this last month, which has been wonderful. Just getting to know additional people. And we have been reading The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. And when I say we, I mean they, because I'm only here still. I'm on a page 149 as of today, and I am supposed to be on page 521 tomorrow, meaning the day this video goes live, for check-in. And there's just no way I'm going to be there tomorrow. I mean, I just already know that I'm not going to. Plus, unfortunately, I can't attend our Zoom call because I have plans to go outside and play. So I am sad about missing the Zoom call because I love meeting with this group. But maybe after, I think we meet 2 weeks after that, maybe I'll be able to catch up. Again, I'm trying to catch up. I don't know if I'll be able to, but The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. This is one that takes some concentration, at least in the first section, about figuring out who's who did what, who's concerned about what, and it's just a lot to try and absorb, and my brain just was not up for this complicated of a story when I was already reading Moby Dick and ignoring The Magic Mountain. So The Luminaries is the one I just haven't picked back up. I am, however, on my fourth book for the BookTube Prize. I am judging nonfiction for this quarterfinal. I think it's a quarterfinal round, which has been phenomenal. I don't know how I'm going to rank these books. I don't know, because I can't talk about them. But the book that I'm working on is All In by Billie Jean King, which is her autobiography. Billie Jean King is a tennis pro who really was instrumental in advancing tennis for women. And I don't know much about tennis. I am not a huge tennis fan, but this is the book I've been working on. And as you can see, I have a great bookmark in it because I have made a huge amount of progress in this book. And this will be my fourth book. So I'm really hoping to go into May only having 1 or 2 books left to judge for the BookTube Prize. Super cool. It's hard to not talk about that one. But anyway, so that's all the stuff I have either in progress or I'm ignoring. So what did I actually read this week? I mean, did I actually finish a book? I did. I finished 2 books. So the first one, this was a buddy read with Elle from Elle Thinks. And Elle and I just ended up cruising through the second half of the book and finished it well in advance of what our goal was, which was really great because it was nice to be able to finish a book. But the book is The Death of Vivek Oji by Akwaeke Emezi. So this book opens with a very simple one line chapter, and it just says they burned down the market on the day Vivek Oji died. And so you're going in, I mean, obviously the title of the book is The Death of Vivek Oji, but you learn on the first page kind of how it's going to be set up and go through. And you end up getting to know Vivek through his cousin, through his parents, through flashbacks in time, current day, people who knew him getting and talking and really working through what happened that day that he died. You get flashes of him out and about on the day he died, as well as reflections of a couple of really key people, and you do end up learning in the end what happened. The start of this book, I was like, oh my gosh, this book's gonna rip my heart out. I just felt like everything that I was learning and how much I was invested in the characters and really loving their journey. And then the second half of the book, it lost me a little bit. It's not that it was bad, it's that I did not have the heartfelt reaction that I was expecting. I thought I would be in tears. I thought I would be, devastated by everything that happened. And it was sad, but it wasn't make me cry sad, if that makes any sense. But it was a great great book to read with Elle. We have a little bit of a trend in topics on our buddy reads, and that was completely by accident. This is our second buddy read. We'll see if our third one has a similar theme to it, but so far we've very similar themes in our books. But it is one I'm trying to decide how I would recommend this one. I wanted it to be a little bit more impactful for me. It was an interesting book. There was a lot going on in it. There's a lot of representation in this, but it wasn't one that I really was. I just ended the book not as pulled in as I wanted to. So, but I did finish it. Yay! I finished a book. So that was The Death of Vivek Oji. The other thing was last weekend, again, the big book kind of hangover avoidance hit me really hard last weekend. And I just wanted a book that was something I could read and not have to track the characters, not try and figure out who's who in this big book, or figure out why I'm reading about 15 pages of a whale. So I ended up going to my shelves and I picked up a steamy contemporary romance novel, which was Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I have seen this all over BookTube. I know it's kind of a BookTube darling. There is a trilogy with the 3 Brown sisters, this being the first one. And it was exactly what I needed this weekend, or last weekend. It was a fun, simple, kind of formulaic contemporary romance with some steamy sex scenes in it. I am oversimplifying, obviously, the story, and there's more in there, and there's character development in there as well. But it was just a lot of fun. And it was a book that I could just sit and read and not worry about. And yeah, it was wonderful. So in this one, Chloe Brown, who has fibromyalgia, so she's in constant pain, has an event, a near-death experience happen, and she decides that she needs to get a life. She's living very secluded, living with her parents, and just says, I need to have a life of some kind. So decides to move out and moves into an apartment where she meets her superintendent, Red. And so Red is trying to take care of things, trying to take care of the tenants' needs. He has a very interesting backstory as well. And, they don't initially like each other. And then kind of tropey, hate to lovers, enemies to love, not quite enemies to lovers, but not love at first sight trope. So, and then they get to know each other and then develop into their relationship. And then, formulaic problem happens, and then, they get back together again and live happily ever after, I guess. If I read the second book in the trilogy, I might know more about what happened to her, because the first two sisters do make an appearance in this book. So, but part of what I loved about this is there was some really interesting representation in this book. The chronic pain kind of representation, I thought that was really interesting. If you're looking for a steamy romance where you can just sit and just enjoy their journey, this might be a good book. I don't read a lot of romance anymore because I have so many other books, but this is part of why I like this, is because I just got to sit and just enjoy the book and not have to worry too much about it. But Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. Great, fun, easy read if you're looking for a fun romance novel. So yeah, Get a Life, Chloe Brown. And with that, that's really what I have. So my week coming up, what am I going to be working on? Definitely, I will be finishing Moby Dick. I will be finishing All In by Billie Jean King. And I have a buddy read coming up with Britta Bowler. And beyond that, I don't know. I don't know how much more my brain is going to let me read this week. My brain's been resisting the overload. I knew my TBR in April was massive and overloaded, and at some point I just said, okay, I'm not going to be able to finish all these. So I know I still have Blindness by Henry Green on the list. I have my buddy read with Britta that should be starting sometime in about the next week or so. And beyond that, I don't know. I would love to be able to read the 5th book for the Book 2 prize, but realistically, I don't know. We'll see when I finish All In, and then if one of the 2 that I have after that pulls me in or not. But that's kind of my weekly reading update, my lack of update for the 1001 book countdown, just some fun things that I got to read this week. And yeah, I hope everyone had a wonderful week. Leave me a comment down below, or an emoji if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, everyone, thanks, bye.